Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video I am once again taking a look at one of your designs that you have linked me in the comment section of one of my videos. And if you wish to see something of yours shown on this channel, just drop me the Steam Workshop link somewhere and I'll eventually get around to it. But for today, we're looking at another land vehicle, and this one is called the G.C.A ER-M1, which is this thing right here. So pressing F10 and finding it in the spawn menu, there it is. This land vehicle is 496 small blocks. It does require the decorative block DLC pack 1 for the industrial cockpit that sits on the front. But if you do not have that, you could always just use a regular cockpit in its place. So let's start by going around the outside, then we'll have a little look at what it can do and then drive it around a little. So at the very front here, we've got our industrial cockpit, which is how we're going to drive it. To the left and the right, we've got two little spotlights to light up the darkness around you. And above our cockpit, we've got a camera that allows us to view a much clearer image of where we are going. If I was just to come like this, so there we are, that's viewing it above, and that's below. Above, below, above, below. So you get the idea. Surrounding our cockpit, we've got some sloped and half-sloped armored blocks using the digital camouflage skin. Now as we come around to the side, we can see an oxygen tank, which is how we're going to survive while out and about on Mars. Which is a great thing to mention, that this vehicle was designed to explore Mars, which is why we are on the Mars-like planet. So going around our oxygen tank and all these batteries, we got an almost support rail type blockwork that is just holding them in place. It's just there for decoration. It doesn't really add that much protection to those blocks. It just makes it look great. So we've got plenty of batteries going all the way around this vehicle, and hidden away in here, we've got ourselves a programmable block that we could use if we wanted to. And we can see behind that programmable block an O2H2 generator, which is how we're going to fill up our tanks and make sure we don't suffocate. Coming down below the programmable block, we can see a gyroscope there, which is just to help us if we ended up flying with this thing, because there are quite a lot of ramps on here, so it is useful to have a gyroscope here and there just to make sure you can keep control if all your wheels are off the ground. Now speaking of wheels, we've got 5 on both sides. So if you did lose one, it's not going to be the end of the world. And these have simply been attached straight onto the blockwork of the main body like that, so they're easily replaced and there's nothing too fancy covering them up, risking them going kaboom when you try and do a sharp turn. If I just return to the side and start moving around to the back, we can see we've got an antenna on the top there. We've also got a Gatling gun for a bit of protection. Then as we move around to the very back, we've got ourselves a connector to connect ourselves up to a base. We also have a camera to view directly backwards, which is really useful when trying to dock, and we've got 2 artificial masses there if you need it. Then coming up and above this, like I said, we've got ourselves a Gatling turret to protect ourselves from incoming drones or pesky meteors that are coming through this world. We can see the tops of the battery there, and some of the internals have been covered up by this little bit of blockwork. And moving around to the front, we've got a sound block, there's our antenna, there's our ore detector. We've got ourselves a beacon and an air vent just to draw in air from the surrounding area if you were on a planet that did have some form of oxygen. If I was to drop down and come underneath, there is a little bit of detail under here. Yes, they haven't skipped out on this, despite no one really being able to see this. We just dip in and out along the center parts, going all the way along, and this is how the wheels have been attached. Very nicely done with that. And that about covers the outside of the G.C.A ER-M1. Now it's time for me to get into my character and show you what it can do. So straight off the bat, we got a very useful button, which is a almost manual handbrake. So you press this instead of pressing P, because P will disconnect your connector at the back there. So if you're pulling along a trailer, you do not want to press that button. So it's always useful to have a manual button to press yourself. Number 2 is the camera to view above our cockpit, and number 3 is to view above our connector. Come around to the front there. Number 4 will be our spotlights. Number 6 is to turn our connector on and off at the back there, and number 7 is to lock or unlock ourselves. Number 8 is to turn our Gatling gun at the top there on and off. So if we wanted to have it automatically shoot stuff around us, we can do, but if we wanted to be more conservative with our ammo usage, we can press number 8 and control it ourselves. So there we go, take that, starting base. Anyway, coming out of that and coming to tab number 2, we then got some controls for our power and general survivability. Number 1 will turn all the batteries off on this vehicle, thus turning the vehicle off completely. Number 2 will turn us to recharge, so we'll use this if we're connected up to a base or a power generating station or something like that. Number 4 is to turn our artificial mass on and off. Now you could turn this on for a bit of extra decoration, having that green glow at the back there, but it does cut down your power quite considerably. Number 5 will turn the air vents near our cockpit on, so if we wanted to suck in the air around us, we can do that. Number 6 is for our ore detector on and off, so if we're going off on a mining venture, we can simply turn that on and find all the goodies around us. Number 7 is for the antenna, and number 9 is for our beacon to turn that on and off. And that about covers what this vehicle can do. So it's time to drive around and see how it handles. So we've got 5 wheels on both sides, and it's very responsive. I've been playing around with this for about 20 minutes now, and I really cannot get this thing to tip over with a sharp turn. It's like, even though I'm on a ledge right now, it just doesn't want to tip over. It's a very well balanced vehicle to prevent that type of thing from happening. Now we've got some air there, which is okay because we've got our gyroscopes on here. If I was to turn around once again, there's still no risk of us flipping over. We can, if we want to, hold down X and go for a little ramp. Whee! There we go. And thanks to that gyroscope, we can do a almost 360. I think I did damage a few blocks on there, but never mind. Let's go and do that again, pressing X. And up we go. Ah, it's always fun to do. And then stopping ourselves is always instant because it's a land vehicle. So just doing a quick little turnaround. This is our turning circle. It's pretty good for a small land vehicle. And then let's just check what we've got on the interior. So let's check our cargo containers. So we've got 2 medium cargo containers. We've of course got our batteries, artificial masses on there, gyroscopes, plenty of gyroscopes actually. Got our ore detector, plenty of oxygen tanks, spotlights, sound blocks, all the wheels, and our time block. Now the timer block and the programmable block are empty. There is nothing going on with these blocks, but they are there if you wanted to set something up. So with the programmable block, you could set up a artificial horizon or something like that. With the timer block, maybe you could set an auto-destruct sequence to prevent other people from getting into this vehicle without you knowing. But as for that, that is basically it for this little land vehicle. It's a very nice one, and it can get up to some great speeds. There doesn't seem to be any form of limit for the wheels, so if we came over to here, no, there doesn't really seem to be any form of limitations on this. We can just raise ourselves up, maximum power, maximum strength. Let's just go and for a nice little ride. Now that we've got maximum power, we should be able to get some nice air. If I was to do this, there we go. Now we can just fly around. It's really good. Ooh, that did not like the sound of that. So there we go, we're bouncing around a bit. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, what is that? It sounds like there's an alligator stuck inside here. Have you put an animal in here? Uh-oh. Yep. Ooh. Well, that was alright. We lost the battery, but we're still going. So we can lose plenty of batteries on here. In fact, that's a good idea. That's a good little test, actually. If I was to just pop out and destroy some of these batteries. So what I've done is just destroyed a bunch of the batteries on there, so we've only got 1 active, and we still got plenty of power. Even if I was to come over to here and turn the artificial mass on, we are still not overcharging ourselves. And up we come. Look at that go. Probably a bit too much power, but never mind, eh? Then we can just go for another little jump. Oh, that was terrible. I will get a better jump. This looks like a good ramp. And away we go. Wow, it does not like being in the air, does it? Let's try and land this. So, oof, there goes the wheel. We should still be fine. This is basically the end of the video, by the way. You can click off it now. I'm just messing around a little bit, trying to destroy it. But it seems to be a very sturdy vehicle. Let's go for another jump. Plenty of air going on here. Lots and lots of speed. Landing it like so. And We're still going. We've only got one little wheel on that side and we are still going. Oh my. That is something else. In fact, that is really well balanced. Look at that. We can still turn around. All fine. There's no risk of us tipping over still. Oh, we are having a bit of a problem there. Come on. No, that's really impressive. So let's go and do one more good jump. This looks like a good cliff right here. Gonna drop down. Oh, I appear to have lost all my wheels now, apart from those two at the back there. So I'll end this right here. So it will be in the description below if you wish to play around with this little land vehicle yourself. I highly recommend you do, because they're always fun to play with. So thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.